ScouterStan. Let's talk a little bit about the Unit Advancement Chair. Now, we have covered this subject in the past. We had a video on our channel that went into detail about an advancement team. This is kind of a follow-up to that video. I'm not sure if I did a podcast for this. So I'm going to go over a lot of the stuff that was covered in that video, plus all the additional stuff. So this is kind of a part 1 and 2. Now, I believe this was about 3 years ago that we did the video on the YouTube channel about advancement. And the advancement chair is a critical part of a unit's committee, whether it be a Cub Scout pack or a troop. This should be a team of 2 or more. Now, typically, it's recommended for every 20 to 25 scouts that there be an additional team member. Now, even though this is a backstage position, most of the time, they still need to be registered adult leaders. That would mean they'd have to do the application process, go through the background check, and of course, go through youth protection training. From time to time, they may be required to interact with the youth, especially in a scout troop. But again, most of the time, it is backstage. Now, there is a major difference between an advancement chair for a Cub Scout pack versus a Scouts BSA troop. In a Cub Scout pack, most of the advancements are leader-led. Their family, parents are involved, and it goes along according to the individual scout's ability to go through that program, and typically resulting in a graduations of a sort to the next rank. Now, in a Scouts BSA troop, when a Cub Scout crosses over, the whole thing kind of changes because troops are youth-led. Yes, there is adult leadership there to kind of cover the process of getting the scout skills down to get to first class. But a lot of scouts are left to kind of take on those skills at their own pace. And a lot of parents that were used to a Cub Scout situation really find it hard that their scout is not progressing in a regular marching pace towards achieving a rank. Now, the advancement team should be utilized to answer questions from parents. All too often, parents kind of go off on the Cub Master or the Scout Master about their scout's inability to achieve rank. These questions need to be moved over to the advancement team. Utilizing your adult leadership within the unit can really resolve a lot of issues. And very often, this will relieve some of the senior adult leaders to do more of those tasks that they're required to do. One of the additional things that a advancement team does within a Scouts BSA troop is that they set up and manage the Scouts board of reviews for rank advancement. They're to make sure that there are at least 3 scout leaders on the board representing the committee of the unit to make sure that they are getting the information from the scout to make improvements. They're also to make sure that the scout is aware of what they've achieved to make that rank. There are many unit management software packages out there, and these are being used to track advancement and create reports. And for many years, there were a lot of different programs out there. After all, the responsibility of the unit advancement team is to record and report advancement within the unit. Whenever the unit purchased advancement badges at the scout shop or at the scout office, the BSA Internet Advancement Report was needed to make sure that the unit had reported these advancements. Currently, all advancement is reported through software known as Scoutbook. This cloud-based internet Scoutbook interacts with all of the features of doing the reports. It's available on almost every screen you can find. Scoutbook, it's owned and managed by the BSA. A lot of the dues that are paid by every scout and scouter goes towards paying for this infrastructure. But there are still many units out there using third-party software and reporting the data. This data must be integrated into Scoutbook so that the council can see that the report has been done. It has to integrate into Scoutbook. All of that data has to be crossed over, and linking it can be difficult. Of course, if you're starting off with Scoutbook, it's already there. It's already linked. The advancement report, the physical paper report, is no longer accepted at many council service centers. The reason is quite simple. We are a nonprofit organization, and to pay somebody to retype all of that data into Scoutbook becomes cost prohibitive. So a lot of councils are no longer accepting the physical form. Now, there are some exceptions. When it comes to Scouts BSA for Eagle Scout, in the Eagle packet, there's a physical application and an actual advancement report is attached. This is so that all of the signatures, the physical signatures that are required, can be recorded and kept as a reference. Now, one of the very important parts that we covered in the first YouTube video about advancement was what is the date of an advancement. And quite simply, the date the award was earned is the date of that award, not when it's presented. This means that if the scout earned it August 10th, and it was not awarded until September 24th, August 10th is the date of the award. The presentation date is not the same as the date earned. These dates are critical to a lot of things, especially Scouts BSA in a troop, and of course in Cub Scouts also. Now, as far as Scouts BSA in relation to the Order of the Arrow, there is a internet-based cloud-based software known as LodgeMaster. Now, LodgeMaster and Scoutbook are separate, and there's been talk and rumor that they would be merging together. This is unlikely because LodgeMaster is specifically for the Honor Society's communications. It's really the emailing process of all of its members. It also generates wonderful reports that are exclusive use of the lodge and chapters within the Order of the Arrow. Now, if anything merges as far as database, I believe that LodgeMaster may be giving information to Scoutbook. But for security reasons, they've never confirmed that. It's highly unlikely the two will be blended together. In order to get access to LodgeMaster, you have to know the link to log in. You have to have a password, and it has 2-deep authentication too. So if you're in the Order of the Arrow in a position as a chapter advisor as an adult, or as a youth as a chapter chief, access can be granted through that. Now, the big picture of unit advancement is that it's critical to make sure the dates are correct, the information is inputted correctly, so that we can help our scouts achieve the goals that they have. And we work so hard at giving them those opportunities. This is a critical, behind-the-scenes, necessary job. Scouting has wonderful tools that can help make this job much easier. So working together can help the unit grow, help the scout achieve, and help the adults who are there to make a difference in the world. I'm so very proud of you, especially if you're in the advancement team. All adult leaders appreciate all the hard work that goes on there, and so do the scouts. Keep up that good hard work, and I'll see you on the trail.